Welcome back to She Will Empower. I'm your host, Jessica Cherry. I'm a strategic intervention and empowerment coach, an NLP practitioner, an empowerment community director, a certified sound bath practitioner, and your Tuesday morning wake up club host on 94.3 KWVH Wimberley Valley Radio, where we bring real talk, real tools, and real empowerment straight to the airwaves. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. And you landed in the perfect episode today. And I don't say that lightly because today I'm sharing 6 mini daily changes that look small on the surface, but when you actually practice them, they create massive momentum in your life. So these aren't flip your whole life upside down habits that are going to be hard to implement. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, she's crazy. I'm not going to be flipping my life upside down here. No, these aren't wake up 4 a.m. and meditate for 2 hours habits. Although, if you do that, kudos to you. You are a total rock star. These aren't those. These are rule of thumb shifts. So they're simple, they're doable, and they're repeatable. So these are kind of things that you can start today or at the very least soon. And they are small. They're small, little, subtle shifts that create impact. So, if you've ever listened to my podcast before, I always end it with tiny moves create big impact, and big impact changes lives. So, I wanted to elaborate on that and actually help you with these tiny moves that I talk about. And what do I love about these? Each one of these creates a domino effect. So you do one and it makes you do the thing easier, which improves your mood, which improves your decisions, which improves your life, right? We all want improved lives here. So if you're overwhelmed, and if you're tired of trying to fix everything, and if you want progress without burnout, this episode is for you. So let's dive in. So, life hack number one is one that I know that you've heard before and I've heard before, but we have to keep thinking it, which is whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So, this one sentence holds so much power, and it's one that I want you to keep on your surface because it holds that much power because it reveals something that most people don't want to admit, which is your thoughts are either doors or walls. So, let's talk about that. If you walk into a situation and you're already thinking, I can't, you've already shut the door on yourself. You have already shut the door. You've shut the door on opportunities, on new adventures, on experiences, new experiences, and also leveling yourself up too, which is crazy. But so many of us do that to ourselves. And so when we do that, we keep us stuck in the same thing day in and day out every single day. And that leads to resentment. It leads to unhappiness. It leads to all the things that we don't want. Right. So I see this constantly in my coaching work. So people say things like, I can't change careers at this age, right? I'm old. I can't do it. Or I can't make more money. It's just not in the cards for me. Or I can't lose the weight. Or I can't leave this relationship. I can't because I have kids. I can't because it's too late. It's I can't. And what they don't realize is they've created their own obstacle before life even responds. They have already shut the door on themselves. They have already said no before the ink is even dry. And they have already created their own roadblock on the path that they want, but they don't have the confidence to walk down the path. And so here's the shift that is going to change everything for you. Replace can't with can. That's it. No big motivational speech, no overthinking, just change the word and change the word every single time that you do that to yourself. So start to take the mindset out of your subconscious and into your conscious and realize how many times you create your own roadblock to yourself. So when you see yourself doing this, I want you to think of this mindset. So instead of, I can't get a better job, try, I can explore new options. Yeah, I can. I can move forward and I can see what's best for me. I can put my needs first. I can find a job that will pay me more. I can find a job that will respect me more. I can. Okay, you get the point. Here's another example. Instead of, I can't find time for myself, you can try, I can create 10 minutes or I can create 5 minutes. For parents, this shows up really hard. I know I am living the parent life right now. I'm a parent of two, and I'm there and I've been there. So you might think, I can't take care of myself. Everyone needs me. But the truth is this, you can. You have just been taught to feel guilty about it. And here's the thing with this, if you don't take care of yourself and you start to suffer, those that depend on you won't be able to do that. Okay. And that's really important. You need to pour into your cup so that you can pour into others. You cannot pour from an empty cup here, right? When you have no drops, how are you going to fill everybody else's cup? Here's another example. Maybe you're in midlife and you're thinking, I just can't reinvent myself right now. Which, if you know me, I am a chameleon. I am not buying into that at all. So I don't want you to buy into that either. I want you to go after your dreams, right? Because guess what? People start businesses in their 50s, they go back to school in their 40s, they heal trauma in their 60s. The brain responds to permission. And the word can gives it permission to look for solutions. So erase the word can't. Just erase it before you even try. If you haven't tried yet, don't say the word can't, all right? You're not lying to yourself here. You're opening the door to possibility. You're opening the possibilities to thinking, to exploring, to yourself, and you totally deserve it. So that's number 1, adopting you can and knowing this little hack that says in the back of your mind, I want to bring it to your conscious. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. It's such a good one, right? I love that one. So that was life hack number 1. Life little mini hack number 2 is an important one too. It is plan your sleep backwards. So, what do I mean by that? Hear me out here before you think I've lost it. Don't go to bed at your bedtime. Let me explain. If you say, my bedtime is 10 p.m., for example, do you actually fall asleep at 10? No. You scroll, right? That's what we do now. You decompress, you stare at the ceiling, you maybe watch TV, whatever you do, replay conversations from 2007 in your head, or replay what happened at work and how you're going to tackle the next day, whatever it is. My point is that you don't go to sleep as soon as you lie your body down in bed. It's not instant, it's a process. Sleep is a process, it's not a switch. So here's the hack. I want you to add 1 extra hour to the amount of sleep that you want. For example, if you want 8 hours of sleep, you need 9 hours in bed because the first hour, that is your nervous system unwinding from the day. And it's not a switch in the back of your brain that you can just flip and you're out, right? You're out cold. No, you need to give yourself time to decompress. And for parents, it's this. This might be the first quiet moment all day long. I know you have work or you're a stay-at-home mom and you have work there too, because work is work for stay-at-home moms too. Don't get it twisted. There's kids, right? There's kids' responsibilities. There's dogs, there's dishes, there's emails, there's TV, there's screaming, there's cooking, there's give me snacks. It's all the things, right? This might be the only time that your body realizes it's safe. And when you start to truly relax your body and your mind, wind it down, that's a process. It's not you lay your head down and boom, you're out, right? It's a whole process. So if you can get in bed at the exact time you want to be asleep, you're already behind. All right. You need to let your brain get off the hamster wheel. And that is a process because the wheel needs to first stop spinning, right? Okay. So this one change of planning backwards alone improves energy, improves mood, improves patience, and improves decision making. And yes, it helps with emotional regulation too. Now, all those claims that I just talked about are backed with research and science. You can just get on Google and you can research all that and it'll show you what the right amount of sleep can do for you and your body. So plan accordingly, get enough sleep, plan your time that you want to lay your body down in the process, and go lay in bed an hour before you actually want to fall asleep and see how much more rested you wake up the next morning. All right. Life hack number 3. It's a good one. And you're going to be like, of course, but do it. Life hack number 3 is go for a walk. So this one is so underrated because walking looks too simple to matter, but it's one of the most powerful resets we have. Let me explain what I mean. So we live really overstimulated lives, so much more than our grandparents or great grandparents. Our lives are so mentally overstimulated here. So many of us, we walk around with all these responsibilities and technology and all the things, right? We don't let our body and mind have a reset. And we go to bed and it's a repeat the next day. It's just, wash and repeat. I'm talking about overstimulations such as deadlines, text messages, emails, kids, responsibilities, just the mental load of it all. And most people end their day like this. They come home from work, they have dinner, then couch, then TV, then bed. And there's no reset. They don't reset their body and their mind. There's no processing. There's absolutely no decompression. And if it is, it's what? Couch and TV and bed. I mean, that's not decompression. Let's unpack this a little more. For example, let's say you get a stressful email at work towards the end of your workday and you're ready to go and you're ready to head on home and you start thinking about dinner and shifting your mind to that mindset, but the deadline moved up. The deadline that was a couple days away? No, now it's the next morning. So, right when you're going to go to work and you sit your coffee down, now that's where your deadline is. Instant frustration, right? You're frazzled receiving this news, and rightfully so. So you go home. So you're physically present when you're home, but you're mentally still at work trying to, process that and process the surprise and the curveball that landed in your inbox as soon as you were going to clock out. So then what? So then you come on home and dinner happens and TV happens, but your nervous system never resets. So you go to bed annoyed and you wake up the next day. So imagine this instead. Imagine you come home and you take a 10-minute walk. All right. Not for fitness and not for steps, but for regulation, a change, a reset, a moment off the autopilot. See, walking has been proven to do so many good things for you. So, walking changes your physiology. It lowers cortisol, which, okay, is awesome, right? I'll take that every day. It clears emotional residue and it creates a mental space, a different mental space. It's a change of scenery. Like you're looking at the birds and the trees, looking up at the sky and seeing the beautiful clouds, and maybe one's shaped like a dog and one shaped like a horse or one shaped like a bird. You're just looking at the clouds and how beautiful they are, or looking at the nice sunset or sunrise, or noticing the squirrel or someone walking another dog, whatever it is, right? Noticing your neighbor down the street. Walking helps you create a different mental space, even if it's just for a moment. So let me give you an example. Here's a parent example. You've been with the kids all day long. So, what does that look like? Noise, needs, questions, meltdowns. And by 7:30, you're fried. Your brain is just totally fried. Like the egg in the commercial from your childhood, if you're my age, where they say, "This is your brain on, whatever it was back in the day." But do you remember that? Let me know if you do. But yeah, my point is that your brain is fried from such a hard day. And so instead of collapsing on the couch, you walk around the block. No major 10,000 steps or anything, just a walk around the block, just once. What happens? You come back calmer, right? You come back more patient and you come back less reactive. So the walk didn't change your life. No, everything still exists. The walk changed you. So, the research is showing that walking after dinner improves digestion. It helps insulin regulation, which is great. It reduces anxiety, which, hello, is great too. And it improves sleep. So, that is all not woo woo. That's science, that's biology. It's walking it off. It's that saying, walking it off, it's wisdom. All right. So, walking, that's life hack number 3. Let's get into life hack number 4. It's going to be a really simple one as well. Because remember, these are little mini ones, but together and separately, they create really good impact. So this one sounds simple, and yes, it is, but it's not easy. So life hack number 4 is just listen. All right, that's it. Just listen. Here's the thing. You don't have to respond to everything. You can just listen. You don't have to have the last word. All right, especially when you're arguing. You don't have to have the last word. You don't have to prove your point all the time. You don't have to fix the situation. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to fill the silence. You can just listen. And we live in a world where everyone wants to be heard, but no one wants to listen. And here's the truth: when you listen more than you talk, you learn more than you teach. And for example, for parents, listening helps your kids feel safe and it de escalates power struggles. And listening builds trust. I'll give you another example for relationships. Relationships on listening prevents unnecessary conflict, it reduces defensiveness, and it creates connection. I'll give you my personal example. So, I'm a woman's empowerment and networking director. I'm a motherhood influencer. And of course, I'm a podcaster. So, I'm always pouring out. I'm always talking more. I'm always talking and I'm always pouring out into others. And when you're always pouring out, you're going to burn out. All right. So, input matters. So what do I mean by input? I mean silence. I mean receiving. Receiving matters because you're pouring, right? You're pouring into others. So silence matters and listening matters. So if you're tired, if you're overstimulated, if you're burned out, you don't need more output. You need input. You need restorative input actually. So what do I mean by this? I mean, reading a book, attending a yoga class, coming to a sound bath, like with me, Lone Star Sound Baths. But you need to refill your cup. All right. You cannot pour from an empty cup and you cannot always be on output mode. You need to be able to receive to refill your cup, right? There needs to be a balance. So listen, receive, take things in, observe. It's not all output. You will burn yourself out that way. Trust me, I've been there. So, that was tiny hack number 4, which was listen. Are you enjoying these? I'm enjoying these. Let's do a quick recap before we go into 5 in case you already forgot them. Okay, so number 1 was consciously thinking you can. So whether you can or you can't, you are right. So thinking that you can. Number 2 was plan your sleep backwards. Okay, so add an hour to your bedtime and that's when you need to be in bed because we are not switches. We are a process, right? Going to sleep is a process. Number 3 was going for a walk and all those benefits that we just talked about. And then number 4 was listen. So not only focusing on the output, but the input as well. And the input is what helps you grow. All right. So moving on to tiny little life hack number 5, which is a good one. Okay. Leave the space as you found it. Love it. Love it. All right. Leave the space as you found it. This one will save your future self so much stress and you will thank yourself. So put things back where they go. Okay. Put things back where they go. That's it. Not later, not tomorrow. Now, clutter is delayed decisions, and delayed decisions become mental weight because who likes unwelcomed and unwanted clutter? Let me give you my example here, and I know that I'm not alone on this one. So, I lead a busy life, right? I'm a business owner. I run several businesses. I have multiple roles. I lead a busy life, and things pile up on me. All right. I'm talking about, for example, coming home from one event and I have my business outfit and I have to change purses into my real life mom purse. And then I change purses and then I put the purse on the bed, right? I put the purse on the bed or I put it on the side of the bed. I just don't put it back where it goes, right? Put the purse back in the closet. Don't just leave it on the foot of the bed or also hanging your robe back up when you change into your clothes, right? Put things where they go. Here's a parent example that I know a lot of parents will understand. You walk in, backpacks are on the floor, shoes are everywhere, purses are dumped, jackets are tossed, and you're tired and you say, I'll deal with it later. I don't want to deal with it right now. I don't want to see it. I don't want to deal with it. And then what? Later never comes. And now your home feels chaotic, which makes you feel overwhelmed, which makes everything harder because we're tired and the day has come and gone and we don't want to see it. So we ignore it until the next day. And then the next day comes and we have the mess from yesterday and then things pile up and hello, there's clutter and chaos and all the things, right? So put things back immediately. Take those 30 seconds and just do it. Just do it. It's 30 seconds, it's 2 minutes, and your future self will thank you. So doing this prevents mental clutter and it creates calm, and calm is happy, right? So this applies to your car, right? It applies to your car. It applies to the trash bag in your car if you're like me. It applies to your desk, right? So with me, it's a lot of Post-it notes. So throw those Post-it notes away. So your desk, your car, right? Your bathroom, your kitchen, your living room, your phone, and your mind, all of it. You want to create peace, okay? So that was life hack number 5 is put things where they go. And life hack number 6, our last one, is a good one. It is the 72-hour rule. So this one is for my Amazon besties, especially. You know who you are. So before you go buying something that you want, but you don't need, wait 3 days. All right? That's it. Wait 3 days. Why is that? Because impulse buying is emotional regulation in disguise. All right? We buy when we're tired. We buy when we're overstimulated. We buy when we're hungry. We buy when we're bored. We buy when we're stressed. And then 3 days later comes, and half the time you don't even want it. But here's an example. Here's my personal example. Have you ever gone grocery shopping hungry? I have, and oh my goodness, I come home with Funyuns in my grocery bag and a Snickers and a lot of other unnecessary things. And before I even get home, the Snickers is gone. I have consumed the Snickers. Anyone else guilty of that? I know I just outed myself out here, but hey, it's the truth, and the truth is what I deliver. So facts are facts, right? That Snickers will be gone. So gone. Or for parents, kids ask for things, ads target your exhaustion, and convenience feels like relief, right? But relief fades and clutter remains and money disappears. So wait the 72 hours. It saves money, it reduces regret, and it builds intentionality. So you're not depriving yourself, you're choosing consciously. Wait the 72 hours and you will thank yourself. And if you need it, you're going to buy it anyway. Okay. So, in closing, on the 6 mini daily life hacks that make big impact, these are not massive overhauls, right? These are mini ones. They're small daily upgrades. And when practiced consciously and together too, they change how you feel, they change how you think, and they change how you live your life daily. So start with one, all right? Practice it, let it stack, let it sit. And when you get one going, put another one on there and stack another one because small shifts create big impact. And you don't need to do more in your life, right? More is not necessarily better. Sometimes more leads to burnout and clutter and chaos. You need to do less. So sometimes less is better, right? There's been a whole saying all along, less is better, right? So I'm proud of you being here today. My name is Jessica Cherry, and this is She Will Empower. It's your space for truth, for tools, for real transformation. No fluff, no bypassing, just the work that actually changes things. And you can catch brand new episodes every Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on KWVH 94.3 Wimberley Valley Radio. And of course, you can listen anytime, anywhere on your favorite podcast platform. Just search She Will Empower, and I'll be right there waiting for you. And if you're an early riser or trying to become one, come hang out with me every Tuesday from 7 to 9 a.m. on the Wake Up Club on Wimberley Valley Radio. It's cozy, it's fun, and it's full of great music and real conversations. And honestly, it's one of the best ways to start your morning feeling grounded, connected, a little more alive, and just happy. And if you're here in Central Texas and your nervous system feels fried, overwhelmed, like you're running on fumes for way too long, I'd love to see you in person at Lone Star Sound Baths. Just search Lone Star Sound Baths on social media and you'll find me. I guide immersive sound bath experiences designed to help you soften and settle and truly reset your mind, your body, and your spirit. It's one of the most healing offerings I provide. And serving our community in this way is something that I deeply, deeply love. It's so fulfilling. And you can also connect with me through Ladies Lifestyle Network Hayes County, where I host monthly empowerment and networking events all across the Hill Country. So these are monthly networking events. We have a featured speaker, we have featured vendors, we have a beautiful locations every month, and every month I see women just connect massively. They come to these rooms to grow, to be seen, and to rise together. And I've watched so many lifelong friendships and game changing business connections form right there before my eyes every single month. I truly get to experience community impact, and that is beautiful. Women are so powerful, and I'm so incredibly honored to make space for this every single month. So catch me on there, Ladies Lifestyle Network, Hayes County. And if you want a more personal look behind the scenes, motherhood, entrepreneurship, healing, crazy family life, life as it unfolds, adventures, all the things of family, you can find me over on social media at Life of a Cherry Wife. So I have been running Life of a Cherry Wife. It is my family blog. I've been doing this for over 10 years. Get to experience all the things of Jessica Cherry and my family on Life of a Cherry Wife. It's fun, it's meant to be uplifting, and yeah, you can find me there. So truly, thank you so much for being with me today here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work and for choosing growth even when it stretches you. As I like to say, tiny moves create big impact, and big impact changes lives. And I really hope that these tiny moves are going to change your life for the better. None of these are too big to do. I personally strategically picked out these because I know they're easy to do, they're easy to follow, they're easy to implement. And right now, with our busy lives, it's so much easier to pick easy, right? We don't want to pick anything that's just amazingly hard to do. And I really wanted to create these 6 tiny hacks that together will create massive shifts in your life. And I truly want you to have these amazing shifts. Tiny choices compound, all right? So do one small thing for your future self today, something tiny. Tiny moves add up. And sometimes it's one small decision that becomes the moment that changes everything for you. Tiny moves are where it's at in my book. I want you to stay powerful, stay grounded, stay connected, and have the most amazing start to your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.